fortunately or unfortunately, is the last day of Adventure Appalachia. We're gonna start today. We're out of here at 8 o'clock because we have to meet somebody and it's a local business.
Do you know what time it is right now? I'm just asking for a friend.
What did I say?
I'm just asking for a friend.
8 a.m. We have to be out by 8 a.m. No later.
Oh my goodness.
Because we need to meet somebody, which is why we're doing a driver's meeting while I cook pancakes. So we're out of here. We need to be out of here by 8 a.m. We're going to go do an event this morning. You guys are going to absolutely love it. I think it's going to be a big hit. We're going to leave there. We're going to go hit some of the toughest stuff we've hit all this entire event. However, it gives you that option. We're going to give you that option because if you stay in the road, you can bypass it. If you get off the road, you can hit some of the good stuff. Pancakes, anybody?
We hit the road on schedule, headed to our first venue, having no idea where we're going or how much fun we're about to have. It's a perfect, sunny, crisp August morning in West Virginia. You couldn't ask for better weather for what we're about to do. Our 8 o'clock meeting is on the shores of the New River, just downstream from the New River Gorge Bridge.
What's the date today?
20th. Something like that.
I know that. What year?
2022.
Every time I get that figured out, damn it, they don't change.
He's got the air right. It's a good thing I took a look. You can smell my armpit. I took a shower and everything.
Here.
It doesn't actually matter to anybody.
Now wait a minute. I was told I was going to drive. What are you doing
And
there?
you're stupid enough to believe that. It doesn't actually matter where anybody sits, but I'm married. It's the only place I get to tell anybody to do.
Once again, in the company of another fantastic tour guide, we board a large jet boat and he begins piloting us upstream, laughing together and enjoying the sights. I'm not sure any of us knew exactly what to expect from this experience. Skipping along the surface of the New River, the main attraction comes into view. Over 3,000 feet long and standing nearly 900 feet above the surface of the river is the iconic New River Gorge Bridge. I know I'm really glad that I got to take in this experience. We're about to see the bridge from a different perspective, but this one was my favorite.
man, you've been talking this whole time.
Stopping for a quick group photo with all the vehicles, we're headed up to the New River Gorge National Park Visitors Center, where we'll take in the bridge from a whole different perspective. There's a lot to take in at the Visitor Center, and I know I'd like to plan another trip there soon. Currently, we have a lot more miles to cover, and we're headed to another really cool destination. I know I've pointed out a few times that we've gone up or down a tight switchbacking road. While it might be noteworthy to many of us, and those of you watching, this is just typical West Virginia mountain roads. Maybe somebody should write a song about that. The last several miles included thousands of feet of descent in elevation, and nobody was feeling that more than our friend Brian in his Jeep TJ. And remember that 3-in-1 oil that Tread Lightly Scott picked up yesterday? We're about to use it. How's it going? Corn dogs. It is for me. A company lunch break, some hot corn dogs, and a little trail repair are happening right now. Brian's left front caliper was hanging up as we were coming down out of the mountains. Usually when that happens, you have very limited options, one of them being buying a whole new brake caliper and or brake line. Of course, one of us could run and get Brian the parts that he needs. However, there aren't any parts stores anywhere close by, and doing that would consume several hours of time. Zach, an experienced mechanic and owner of Fox Creek Garage in Elizabeth, West Virginia, has spearheaded the repair. It took some convincing to get the hot brake caliper pried off of the rotor. We cooled down the parts using water from a nearby stream, tried to work fluid through the brake caliper and get things moving again.
I don't know what our route plan is. Brian got drums on the back.
What did we end up doing? Clamping the line?
No, we freed up the caliper with that 3-in-1 oil I found on the ground
how long
yesterday.
it holds up.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. I just said I was glad I put a
why I
Fox
thought I
Creek
should take
decal
that
on my
with me.
Jeep before I left, because I don't figure he would have done anything if I didn't have a decal on.
Yeah.
We're headed into a low-key off-road park that the locals call Swiss. Several members of our group are very familiar with the terrain and obstacles here, and the rest of us are looking forward to a challenge. Everything that you see us driving between now and the next time we're on pavement is all sanctioned trails as part of this off-road park. This is all reclaimed mining land, and unfortunately, these streams are affected heavily by mine runoff.
I've seen a Toyota guy hit that thing every time we come up in here, and he's always on the side. Every time. Every time.
This waterfall is one of the hardest obstacles at Swiss. may not have looked like much watching the first two experienced drivers take it on, but seeing Corey attempt it in this very well set up LJ, you can see just how difficult this really is. Sometimes you just have to back down defeated and let someone else give it a try. Steve Austin, in this 4-door JK, is a West Virginia native and has tried this obstacle numerous times without ever conquering it. Congrats to Steve on conquering that waterfall. Now we're off to our final destination for the trip. This summer there was an enormous amount of rain in West Virginia, and this particular area, with its topography the way that it is, was greatly affected.
The town is home to the Mount Olive Correctional Facility, where if olives don't have the correct amount of pits, they take them back and they make sure they have the correct amount of pits, and then they're corrected.
Jimmy, can you tell me about the lumber I'm looking at on the right-hand side?
Well, that lumber is from West Virginia, but don't quote me on that one.
So that's funny.
Jimmy, how far is it to the campground there, buddy? 12 miles.
Jimmy, I assume you make it pancakes in the morning.
Looks like I'm going to Walmart tonight.
I mean, you know how you can really one-up Jerry on his pancakes? I did hear there was a request for Mickey Mouse pancakes, and it was denied. If you make a Mickey Mouse pancake, you will be the new best leader we've had the whole trip.
All right, so tomorrow morning, I am going to make a Mickey Mouse pancake, and I'm going to make a blueberry pancake, and if possible, maybe a chocolate chip one. Unless Jimmy is going to take my place, and then I will concede.
It felt like we climbed forever as we covered the last half dozen or so miles before camp. I don't want to give too much away because many details are yet to be ironed out, but what we're traveling through right now is private property that is set to become part of the newest trail system in West Virginia, similar to Hatfield and McCoy. I apologize I got names wrong in the last video. Eric and Chris from Mountain Made Off-Road are the ones in our group who are helping to spearhead this new development. Finally, the terrain has leveled out and is looking a lot more like a place we could camp.
You guys are welcome anywhere you want to be. You can burn that brush pile tonight if you want. If you want to set up camp beside the brush pile, you can. If you want to set it up here beside the stage, and a porta potty, you can. Wherever you want to be.
This large, open, grassy area on top of a mountain is the perfect spot for the final night of camp. We all spread out and find our own spots, make up some dinner, and join each other around the campfire for one final night together.
pancakes made by Jerry and myself.
Jimmy, tell them what kind of fixings we have tomorrow. Yeah, what kind of fixings?
And we got chocolate chip for pancakes tomorrow.
And blueberries.
And blueberries.
Jerry's idea. That was Jimmy's idea.
That's what I'm talking about. Looks like the rains are coming too.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yes, it is.
You even tried to give me some
He's getting the griddle out over there.
Now wait till there's 15 of us sitting in front of him. Sleeping in his bed, putting him up wrong.
So if somebody asks you for a big pancake takes 3 times as long to cook, and it takes up your entire thing, and you can't do anything else. So if someone asks you for one, you say yep, and then you give them whatever size you want.
Give him 3 little ones.
I do it all the time. Do I get a big one? Sure. And then I give them that size.
That was bigger than the others.
Who's got 3? Everybody down? What's the crowd back there? Adventure Appalachia 2022 is now officially over.
Yes.
Folks, thanks a lot.
I thought it was over when Amy took over.
Now, once the pancakes are done and the crowd, the horde is fed, we will transit back to our abodes.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry.
Hey guys, no kidding. I've got a lot of thanks. Me and Tina talking about it. I said, you know what, though? I mean, thanks are cool, but man, to see you guys have a good time, I mean, that's the deal.